Hello, my friends, and welcome back to our blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigation 2. Feature Miles Edgeworth, the Prosecutor's Path. My name is FlightlessBird. This is story given channel today. A pool of lies is slowly running dry, and soon I will bring out her true nature. Let's do this. My story, part 2. I hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. I have, that's not off to a good start. I was doing Alphys's voice, because I just did Undertale. Let me try it again. I wouldn't go so far as to call it an interrogation. I always make sure to talk it all to the new arrivals. Mr. Knightley, yes, we had a little chat. After our talk, he went right back to his cell, I assure you. She's piling lies on top of lies, not realizing that only tightens the noose around her neck. You speak with the new prisoners, you say? That's right. I'm glad you understand. Your testimony is not solid evidence. It requires more than just understanding. Well then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, you may begin the cross-examination. I want to go so far as to call an interrogation. You're certain you interrogated him the day before the show? Yes, around 3 AM on the 27th. 3 at night. That matches the time of death on Knightley's autopsy report. You summoned him that late at night, and he wasn't asleep. Well, a guard was attacked in Knightley's cell, remember? And after that incident, we checked his cell and inquired about the circumstances. I'm sure all that excitement made it hard to sleep, and Knightley was wide awake, you know? So, even though it was highly irregular, you still carried out this late-night interrogation. Edgeworth, dear, you're so mean. I may have been irregular, but the truth is I hadn't moved. You can call it what you like, still doesn't change the facts. Please excuse him. I'll give my incompetent apprentice a good scolding later. But for now, mademoiselle, what did you mean when you said you hadn't moved? I thought it was obvious, monsieur. I spoke to him in my office. Her office? The route she used to move Knightley's body. Please add that statement to your testimony. Oh ho ho, of course! Around 3 AM the day before the show, the victim was brought into my office. And where is your office located exactly? You know that sign in the detention center hallway? You mean the one that says no entry? Yes, it's just a short walk up that aisle, about 5 minutes from the cell block. I've heard that room exits into the courtyard. Of course, that side of the courtyard is my private garden. Oh, I get it. You're going to say I used the route to move the body? Indeed, you must have been able to use it if you used that route. For now, that is merely a possibility. There's no decisive evidence to support it. But there is no other way the body could have been moved. Surely you haven't forgotten my theory that Samiki's dropped the body in the well. That's right, that's right, that's what she said. Pursuing this point further would be hazardous. I always make sure to talk to all the new arrivals. What did you talk about? What indeed. It was just trifling conversation. What kind of animals he liked, know what his hobbies were, you know, that sort of thing. Hobbies? I assume he mentioned chess. Oh yes, that's all Knightley would ever talk about. Now that I think about it, the note he had in his room, probably had something to do with chess too. So, Warden Roland saw Knightley's note. Mr. Knightley, yes, we had a little chat. And what was Knightley like during the interrogation? He was very honest. Well, Mr. Knightley was honest, pal. He also talked about a croissant and some kind of promo on Passat and Chess-Piece Promotions, I presume. Looks like he was his usual chess-loving self. And after a talk, he went right back to his cell, I assure you. Oops. She chats with the criminals? Ah, the warden sure is easygoing, sir. Easygoing? She killed one of the criminals, you know. Yes, since the guy was handcuffed, would have been a pretty one-sided affair. Warden Roland has to be the killer. I have faith in my reasoning so far. Alright, we need to go back to that line, because I messed up. This one. If he really returned to his cell, there's no way he would be a corpse now. I know you suggest I killed him during the interrogation, but I couldn't possibly have had a motive to kill Knightley, could I? You know, that's the one problem I've been having throughout this entire case. Dogen was the only one I hated, and he had no connection with the victim. She only hated Dogen. Please add that statement to your testimony. So did she frame Dogen? Dogen was the one I hated, and he had no connection with the victim. Oh, it's coming together now. She saw the note in Knightley's room, and she connected that to Dogen. So if she kills him, she could frame Dogen, and therefore hopefully get him removed from the prison so life is no longer in danger? Well, why would he get him removed? He's still a hardened criminal. Where else would he go? The only one he hated was Dogen, am I correct? I thought this was all about, Fang Za, but I guess I was wrong. Yes, threatening me to do whatever he wants in this prison. That man, I will never forgive him. I will do whatever it takes to corner him. And his black dog, too. They're not fit to live in my home. Oh my god, the Scooby-Doo reference is great. And the fox doing circles around her neck. I love that fox. She's brimming with hostility even towards Dogen's dog. At first glance, it would seem she has no motive for killing Knightley. However, her hostility extends to anyone connected to Dogen. If I consider that, the answer will naturally follow. Oh! Maybe she killed Knightley to show Dogen that he's not invincible. Sort of like a power play. Okay, I know the evidence I need to use now. Here. Good start. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to have a look at this. It looks like a record of a chess game. Is there something wrong with it? This was discovered in the victim's cell. It was Knightley's memo. Warden Roland, you also discovered this note in the very same place. And not just in Knightley's cell, but in Dogen's too, correct? What are you? Don't say that you don't know about the chessboard in his special cell. After all, you would have kept an eye on Dogen's actions, down to the smallest details. No, to be more precise, it wasn't Dogen that you needed to keep an eye on. The warden was searching for Mr. Dogen's henchman? And from the start, I found it strange that the warden interrogated the prisoner personally, since he used his henchmen to threaten harm to her family. Warden Roland interrogated Dogen to expose them. So, what are you saying? As you inspected Dogen's mail, you must have known that he played correspondence chess. And then Knightley appeared with a chess memo in hand. We deduced that he and Dogen were connected. You must have arrived at the same conclusion as well. However, you went one step too far in your reasoning. You thought Knightley was one of Dogen's henchmen who had come to kill you. Oh! Okay, I didn't even see that. She thought that Dogen, and I keep saying Dogen, whatever. She thought that Dogen and Knightley had that kind of relationship, or that kind of minionship. I don't know. So when Knightley came, she assumed that Knightley came to kill her. She didn't realize that Knightley was in prison for a completely unrelated incident. Okay, this is starting to connect. I like this. So, that's why you interrogate Knightley boy. The boss will crack, go into his henchmen. In addition, you discovered something when you were interrogating him. Inside his chessboard, you found a portable chisel. The murder weapon! To Warden Roland, the chisel was a symbol of Dogen, and that was the final straw. You believe Knightley was one of Dogen's henchmen and you killed him. It seems there will be no rebuttal. Judge Courtney, your verdict! Though it is incredibly unfortunate, there seems to be no room for doubt. I shall announce my verdict for the murder of Horace Knightley. Oh God, now what? Twice my sacred verdict has been interrupted. Who was that? Warden Roland? Oh, how strange. You guys really don't understand anything. It would seem the one who doesn't understand is you. Me? No, me. I understand one thing very well. There is a huge contradiction in your logic, Mr. Edgeworth. Once she's cornered, she starts spouting out nonsense. Pay it no heed. Judge Courtney, your verdict. I am interested in hearing what the warden has to say. What? No, I mean, that's fair. I thought so. I just have one thing I want to say. What? Please take a good look in this autopsy report. The autopsy report. The one I brought with me. I heard exactly what you said earlier, Justine darling. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches? No way. Could that be that tiny chisel really had made a wound 4 inches deep? Impossible! How could I made such an error? Oh, forgive me, goddess of law. Well, I believe that overturns your hypothesis. What will you do now, Miss Edgeworth? What? What do we do? It'll be alright, pal. Miss Edgeworth's always, Hey, whoa, hey now. He's gone all white. Hey, you're a defense attorney, aren't you? Isn't there something you can do, pal? Do that, turnabout thing. Make some earth-shattering objection. Corey's a hard worker, but, without decisive evidence, we're just, whipping a dead horse here. Does that mean it's hopeless? The true killer is Warden Roland. If it's not her, then nothing else that's happened fits. But the chisel isn't the murder weapon. Are there any other sharp objects here? There are still many mysteries remaining in this case. However, we do not have the evidence to solve them at this present time. We have no choice but to continue this battle in the courtroom.
Objection.
Hey, that would just give the killer a chance to destroy the evidence. Are you mocking the court? Hey, no. I didn't mean anything like that. You look perplexed, Miles. Thought of anything yet? The chisel is not the murder weapon. In that case, what is? It's no use. We're back where we started. No objections, Prosecutor Edgeworth. By the way, any baseless statements will be punished accordingly. It's no good. I can't think of anything. I need more time. Oh, the thinking dots. I regret to say I have no... No, Mr. Edgeworth. Remember what Mr. Shields said? If we give up, Simon will. Have you forgotten that sad look on his face? He was the one who suffered most from Knightley's death. If we can't save him, who will? Besides, Simon believes in us, so we can't give up. Kay. Miles. Looks like you found a good partner. It's like a little KC is. Whenever you're backed into a corner, think of your client. Keep fighting until the very end. Is that the feeling you're getting? Gregory, the old man. No matter what trouble he faced, he would always turn things around and save his client. You got his blood in you, right? In that case, you're the only one who can turn this around. All the dots fill me with determination. Judge Courtney. The look in your eyes has suddenly changed. If you do intend to speak, you better be prepared to face the consequences. Your logic thus far has been misplaced numerous of times. If this were to happen again, I will consider you unfit to call yourself a prosecutor, and you will hand over your badge. That's right. My reasoning about this case has indeed been misplaced numerous of times. Have I made a grave miscalculation? Wait. My logic is misplaced. Still silent. I cannot condone this waste of time. Well then. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth! It's like a Final Fantasy video game. You know, like at the end of Final Fantasy 4 when everyone like comes together and starts praying and you feel reinvigorated. I will announce my verdict. That's it. I had to turn my logic around. My logic isn't misplaced. It's been misled. The court finds the defendant, Simon Keyes. Isn't it a little early to hand down a verdict? I actually think it's rather late. Don't you agree, Justin darling? Enlighten us. What? Try to remember the eyewitness account about his dog and his absence from the animal show. When I first heard that information, my suspicion immediately fell on Dogen. I'm amazed you take such pride in retelling your previous failings. But was not that the killer's aim? What if we assume that was their intention from the start? Of course, the chisel served the same purpose. Huh? Wait. Did she throw the chisel to the alligator and the alligator ate it? Knightley's body was stabbed in the same spot with multiple sharp objects. This shows that he was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon was removed. By soaking the chisel in Knightley's blood, The killer wanted to mislead us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. Why? Well, that's because... Why did the killer want us to think the chisel was the murder weapon? Expelled? I'm not sure I understand what the word expel means. That means to like cast out or to throw out, right? So... Oh, why did the killer want to think? Because they want to get rid of... Yeah, okay, I understand it now. The killer, which is Patty over there, wants us to think that chisel was a murder weapon to tie it to Dogen, to get rid of Dogen, because Dogen is messing with her life as far as threatening her family. Warden Roland, you made use of this chisel's image. Chisel's image? What are you trying to say? Mr. DeBest, when you see this chisel, what does it suggest to you? Something like Dogen is the killer, right? Now, do you understand? That was the warden's aim. She wanted us to suspect the person with the chisels? Indeed. That was her plan from the very beginning. To make Saran Dogen out to be the killer. I understand your logic. It is true the warden did not think kindly of Dogen. But you understand, don't you? This alone does not prove she is the killer. As I thought, it's not enough. The remaining chance is for me to find the real murder weapon. If you have no more evidence, I believe this conversation is over. I could prove it if I found the real murder weapon. It doesn't matter what you say. We did a clean sweep of this place. It is as Sebastian says. In the end, we could not find any weapons. In other words, such proof is impossible. No, the murder weapon must still be somewhere in the prison. As long as this exists. The security gate. You remember its name after all. Are you mocking me? It's because of those things that you can't take metal objects in or out of this place. Right. As long as those security gates exist, the murder weapon should be still here. That also means the weapon could have been brought into the prison. In the end, we're back to the same mystery after all. Judge Courtney. Prosecutor Edgeworth, surely you realize that the real murder weapon is still in the prison. One must also consider how it got there in the first place. The chisel was concealed within the chessboard. But the chisel is not the real murder weapon, which means the real murder weapon must have been smuggled in somehow. The way it was smuggled in, can you prove that? How Warden Roland brought the weapon into the prison? Did she say she turned off the power? You had evidence transferred from the precinct? Yes, we borrowed all the evidence concerning Dogen. I've been interrogating him personally in my office, but... That's it. She could have used that. This shows another way a weapon could be brought into the prison. Another way. I have... I mean, we know it was smuggled in, right? shows another way the weapon could have been brought into the prison. The only thing I can think of is it was smuggled in through Simon's device. Professor Edgeworth, so that's how you bring metal objects to the prison? Indeed. With this, even something metal could be... Exactly, how does that let idle objects be brought into the prison? What? You really can't use that to bring metal objects to the prison? Professor Edgeworth, I'm disappointed in you. Sorry to let you down. So, there really isn't a way to bring metal objects into the prison? No, there is a way. Besides, sending it in a package. And this shows that method. Is it killing the power? Well then, Professor, show it to us. I'm not sure if I should say this in front of Kay. This shows another way a weapon could be brought into the prison. Okay, it's probably not the power then. What if the object wasn't metal? That's not it. Because I'm thinking if the object isn't metal, I mean, that would be one way to bring it in, right? Alright, let's go with the circuit breaker. This ain't going well. How do you bring an object? It's been a while since I struggled on one of these cases, though. I'm happy with that. Let's see. How? How? Victim horse slightly, age 24, March 27th, around 3:06 a.m. Dive into the deck line instantly. The wind is 4 inches deep. Sharp metal object. It is a metal object. They're chasing of blood. They're gonna hit inside his dog's mouth. There's a small bell attached to it. This bell is the same as the one that's attached to Anubis' collar? Yes, it's the Assassin Dogen's trademark. An assassin with a trademark? One odd combination? Don't you think it's similar to the great thief Yatagaratsu? Mr. Edgeworth, you don't understand anything. The great thief has to stand out. Why would a thief want to stand out? It's like the wet bandits from Home Alone. Yeah, that's gonna be the same. Dogen hid this chisel inside his dog's mouth. Could this be the murder weapon in the case? I can't say for certain. However, traces of blood were found on the chisel. At the very least, it's not unrelated to the case. So what if it's this? I'm dying here! I don't know what to do! It's another way you can bring weapons inside the prison. Through the passageway? But then you would have to go through the We'd have to go through the metal detectors, right?
Take that.
Oh, we're gonna see our first game over screen. I have no idea what it's gonna put us out to at the game over either. I may have to replay a whole lot. I don't know. One more shot. I am. The knife has been confiscated.
Take that.
Yes! 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 We had one last shot and we made it. Until there's another chance that we'll land one shot, and then we'll get to that then. Yesterday, Dogen said this. Yes, my bells. There are only two in the world. Only two? They are custom made. Attached to my knife in Anubis's color. Even though I can only rely on my ears, I can easily identify them. Alas, what has been confiscated is not in my possession. So she confiscated his knife. It's possible the murder weapon was brought in as confiscated evidence because she brought all the evidence. Remember earlier, she brought all the evidence of Seren to her. What? Dogen's knife was confiscated and stored on the premises. Furthermore, a bell was attached to the knife. It can't be the bell on that chisel. Exactly. The killer took it from the knife and reattached it to the chisel. But the only fingerprints on the chisel are Knightley's. The killer probably wore gloves while they made the switch. She made the chisel out to be the murder weapon by attaching Dogen's bell. And in doing so, made Dogen appear to be the culprit. Furthermore, the handling of this set of evidence that this bell originally belonged to was only possible for someone with the proper authority. Who, sir? Who had that authority? Why don't we ask the warden what she thinks? You can't find bells anywhere. Anyone could have attached it, right? I see. So you don't know. These bells are Dogen's trademark. There are only two in the world. What? And so attaching the bell would naturally make you the killer. Do you believe that the evidence I have the knife you don't do? Of course, I understand. In that case, Mr. DeBest, I'd like you to request an investigation immediately. But if you find it, it'd be problematic for me. That doesn't matter now. It is necessary that we reveal the truth. You are a prosecutor, are you not? Well, even if you say that. Curse this useless prosecutor! If only I still had investigative rights. Besides, we can't investigate without the warden's permission, right? There's no way she would approve. We have no choice but to investigate ourselves. If you don't have evidence, there's no use in continuing this conversation. The goddess of law does not smile upon those with no evidence. This will have to be continued in the courtroom. Come on, Edgeworth. Not good. We give the warden more time here. She'll definitely destroy the evidence. It seems like I have no choice but to raise an objection and stall for time. But I don't have anything definitive. Is that really acceptable? Is it really like me to do something this reckless? No, not good. Now is not the time for hesitation. Right now, I'm not a prosecutor, but an attorney's assistant. I need to protect my client. I'm the only one who could save him now. And in that case, even if it's a 1 in a million chance, I have to take it. It's sink or swim. Should I raise an objection? Absolutely. Boom. Even if it's 1 in a million. It almost feels like I've turned into a certain bluffing defense attorney. But right now, I can't come to a standstill here. Hold it. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what now? I just realized something. What would that be? Pray tell. Well, naturally, the whereabouts of the real murder weapon. Dogen's knife. But Mr. Edgeworth, is that really true? Yes, though it is a lie. I find that hard to believe. This isn't a bluff, is it? You underestimate me. The word bluff does not exist in my dictionary, which is also a bluff. This is bad for my heart. There's no way you could know, because such a thing doesn't even exist. Well then, could you enlighten us? Where is the real murder weapon? Think. Somewhere the police didn't look. Blind spot in this animal-filled prison. Hiding place the warden would have complete confidence in. Like Mr. The alligator? Hiding place. Come to think of it. It was inevitable. Anubis, show them your mouth. The same method? No. Couldn't be, could it? But there aren't that many ways to hide things from an investigator's eyes. Prosecutor Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting? It's possible, but taking a big gamble here. The place where the real murder weapon is hidden is here. It would be right here. Am I right? Here in the courtyard? Indeed. That's not enough information. Please show us some more detail. Alright, my friends, this is it. This is a moment of truth. I have one shot to get this right. But you know what? I believe in the heart of the cards. Let's duel. That's it. Back then. The metal detector? Huh? What's the matter, detective? Looks like the metal detector's reacting to this alligator. Really? Why? Of course. That's why the metal detector reacted. Judge Courtney, I'd like you to take a look at this. The chisel? Was that just the fake murder weapon? Dogen hid his chisel inside his dog's mouth. And the real murder weapon was hidden in very much the same way. The real murder weapon is in the pond inside the alligator. What? What? We can confirm that the metal detector reacted to the alligator. Judge Courtney, please have the insides of the alligator examined. I give my consent. We'll have to call a veterinarian. I can make that little girl open her mouth. Can I help? Yes, go ahead, Regina. Aww. Who's a good boy? Warden Roland. Discovering the real murder weapon will settle this matter once and for all. Why don't you do the honorable thing and confess now? I would have to confess. In that case, you can just wait for your fate to be sealed. We found it, sir! Just where you said it would be. Yes! It's over. Patricia Rowland, the real murder weapon is none other than Dogen's knife. And the one who murdered Horace Knightley can only be you. Dogen was the evil one. I didn't do anything wrong. I was completely reasonable. That guy was one of Dogen's henchmen. Him. If only he had never come to my home. I could at least still be happy. My special paradise. He ruined it. All of it. Him. A no good assassin. Oh my god! Those were all foxes? What? Her entire coat was made of foxes? I thought there were like a bunch of animals inside her coat. I didn't realize they were all foxes. I think that must be the most shocking thing that happened yet today. We found a dagger inside an alligator. Wow, that was a great breakdown. March 28th, 12:34 p.m. Tetsu's at home. Is this the second time it's been 12:34? I feel like I've seen this number before. This is the best of the best. We have the results. The best of the best. Looks like even the forensic officers have it tough. We found traces of Knightley's blood on Dogen's knife. It was just like you said. You're the best, Mr. The Best. All right, good job, but don't stop there. Keep the praise coming. Yes, sir. You're so incredible, sir. It brings tears to my eyes, sir. When I go to sleep, the first thing I think of is you, sir. And the last thing I think of is you, sir. You are simply the best, sir. Just truly, from sorrow. Oh, God. Well done, Sebastian. Next comes the follow-up investigation. Huh? What are you talking about, Justine? Has the case been solved already? We have not yet confirmed it. Knightley truly was one of Dogen's henchmen. Oh, interesting. Oh, the dots. There is also a chance that Warden Rowland jumped to conclusions. That is the remaining uncertainty in this case. Anyways, let's keep investigating. Hey, you there, come with me. Since I'm the best, the truth will appear before me first. When that moment arrives, make sure you don't miss it. Yes, sir, I'm looking forward to witnessing your first-rate ability, sir. I've dreamed of this day, sir. My dreams have come true. I'm going to Disneyland. Let's go. Oh, it's the best day of my life. We live in troubled times. What a jerk. Yeah, if that kid is like a star prosecutor, we definitely do. The would-be assassin of the president was found murdered in the prison. Knightley had not planned to assassinate the president. The truth is not as vital as you seem it to believe to be. Not to the world, and not to the law. That can't be right. Believe what you will. However, as long as Prosecutor Edgeworth remains a prosecutor, it is an inescapable reality. A prosecutor is not someone who demands a guilty verdict. That is what I believe. Those are merely your values. The law is not the plaything of any one person. If you will not submit to that, you will do well to prepare for the consequences. What's that supposed to mean, pal? So tell me you're gonna... Now then, this is where I must take my leave. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Judge Courtney is right. The law should not serve anyone person's desires. However, if the truth is bent as a result of that, can that really be called justice? Hey, Simon's released already. Ah, Simon! Hey, it's Money and Monkey. Boss. Love hearing the victory music too. Oh, what happened? I said you could come out already? Well, honestly, I don't know for sure. All of a sudden, they were like, you're free to go, and you should thank Mr. Edgeworth. Well, that's because he found out who the real murderer was. Really? He did? Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, no way. Even if you glare at me like that, it's useless. I'm innocent after all. You can't make me guilty. Simon, you should thank him, you know? You're right. Thank you very much. I want to thank you too. Good grief. Mr. Defense Attorney, can I ask you just one more question? Yes, you may. But I'm not a defense attorney. Well, I thought, that Knightley and I, we were friends. No, I mean, best friends. Now I always thought, we were. You don't think so anymore? Well, I'm just wondering. There were some things I had no idea about. Like how, you hate someone enough to kill them. Well, that's why. Maybe he never trusted me either. Simon, that's not true. You're lying. Because if I had known, I could have stopped him. I would have told him he had no need to be angry with anyone. Mr. Keys, I don't think he disliked you either. Let's show him proof that Knightley trusted him. How do I show him proof that Knightley trusted him? I don't know. I don't. If he didn't trust him, he wouldn't have given him the chessboard. Take that. Well, that's what I gave to. Knightley hid a chisel inside it, most likely to aid in his escape. Escape? He used me? He trusted in you. He knew you'd bring it to him without looking into it and without question. And in doing just that, you were caught up in everything. Looks like he gets it. Simon is not as dumb as he looks after all. I'm sure he'll be back to normal by tomorrow. Was that supposed to be a compliment? I'll be strong. I'll become a splendid wild animal tamer for Knightley's sake. Excellent. That's the spirit. Love the Ratatouille reference. I almost forgot. If you'd like, please come to our next show. Berry Circus is coming today. The very big circus. I'll also be performing in it. The Very Big Circus is always fabulous and it's fun for all ages. Wow, that sounds like fun. Let's go, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I'll think about it. Well, we need to get back to practicing right away. You'll be with Regent today. What? The tiger? No way. It'll be fine. He's a good boy. No way. There's no way it'll be fine. Please get me a break! Balls!
Well, there they go. But man, bravo. You really put on a good show today, Miles.
It's all thanks to you, Mr. Shields. Without your help, she might have gotten away. Not to mention allowing us to continue the investigation.
Oh man, cut it out already. You're gonna make me blush.
I never know when you are being serious.
Uncle Ray is always serious. So how was it, Miles? How'd it feel to be a defense attorney? Save people.
A defense attorney.
But that really took me back. It was just like being next to your old man again. Haha, it's been a while since I felt this good.
It was, well, it's somewhat difficult to say it was a good thing.
Come on, Miles. Are you sure you don't want to be a defense attorney?
What?
Hey, no, pick up where your father left up. Don't you want to save people like he did?
Now, what are you talking about, pal? Mr. Edgeworth is a prosecutor.
But is it really that unusual for a prosecutor to become a defense attorney these days?
Unusual isn't the problem here.
Hey, don't be so upset. It's normal, you know? Normal.
It's not normal, pal.
You don't make for a powerful defense team.
Mr. Shields, I am a prosecutor.
And Uncle Ray is a defense attorney. Well, that's why. I'm being serious about this. Well, that's just my opinion. Feel free to drop by anytime if you haven't changed your heart. I'll be waiting for you.
See you later, my friend. I like Ray. Follow in my father's footsteps. Me, become a defense attorney. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad. Should I become a defense attorney? Look at that look. Like my father. It looks amazing. The end. What a great case! That was, or investigation. That took a while. The Inherited Turnabout is next. Yeah, that case took a while. I mean, we've been at this for quite some time. And the great thing though about this case, and I don't know how long that case was versus, a case like from before. And you see my mouse on my screen. I am trying to pull up like previous cases to try to see. Okay. Ace Attorney Investigation 1. I don't know if this is going to give me all the information that I'm looking for. But I want to know, what was it? The third case? Was it the third case? With the case that would never end. You'll know that one. The one with the, what you call it? The fun house and stuff. Let's see. Turnabout Ablaze. So that was that one. And here's a haunted house. What was that? That was part 9 to part part 9 through part 17. So that took about 8 parts. And this case here took about 10 parts. So all in all, probably not as long as the other part. It just felt, I mean, it felt longer because of all the parts, but it didn't feel long, if that makes sense. Like, everything that happened in this case felt like it ramped up in such a way that the case kept ramping up higher and higher and higher as we went. And at no point during this case did I feel, oh God, this case is going on even longer. I felt that every single time the case went on longer, it was because some new interesting mystery was revealed that made me go, okay, well, how is this tied in? Or how is this tied in? Or how is this tied in? And I really loved how this case just had this great flow to it. A great narrative attached to it. The way it made me doubt what was going on. I did call the murderer for the first time in like a long time. I did call the murderer, but I'm not going to take credit for it because I thought she killed him because it was tied into the Zhang Fa plot from case 1. I never realized what else was going on. So even though I thought it was a cover up, I was completely wrong in that. And I don't want to give myself credit for figuring out this case ahead of time when I had no idea. I totally did not see that she was being manipulated by Dogen and she wanted to get rid of him from the prison by framing him for murder. It is a genius plot that made total sense. And in the end, I feel bad for her. Like, I know she killed someone, but she killed someone to try to protect her family. And at the end of the day, that makes this case a lot more difficult than previous cases because we had a murderer who you can actually sympathize for because she wasn't evil. And you look at the job she did in the prison with the prisoners and the animals and trying to foster good relationships and try to rehabilitate. I mean, this was a woman who seemed to have a great heart, who did a horrible thing in order to protect people she loved. And that's rough. That's really rough. I mean, just put yourself in her shoes. Your family is being threatened, and you had to kill someone to make sure your family is protected. Do you kill someone to protect your family? I don't know if I can answer that question. I would like to believe that I would do anything for my family. I just don't know if I could hurt anyone. That's like not in me. I'm someone who I'm someone who doesn't want to see people get hurt. And wow. Wow. This this was good. I enjoyed this. This was amazing. This was wonderful. And I didn't even get to the part where it introduced some really good characters and some really annoying characters, but some really good characters. I love Ray Shields. That guy is amazing. I love Seren Dogen. I think that guy's amazing. And I have a feeling we're not done with him yet. I just can see him coming back later on in this game. And I can't wait for that because it's going to be exciting. I enjoyed Courtney. I didn't love her, but I enjoyed her. And the reason I enjoyed her is because even though she was all high and mighty, and even though she was all like, I'm going to take away your prosecutor's badge, which was really annoying, she cared about the truth. Whenever someone objected, she's like, yeah, we'll listen to that person. Yeah, Patty, you object. Let's hear you out. Let's see what you had to say. She was, I kind of want to say fair. I mean, she was biased against us and she didn't like us. That's obvious, but she seemed overall pretty fair and the way that a judge is supposed to be. And then we had to talk about the best. All right. The best doesn't have the greatest start here, okay? This kid is annoying. He's immature. He's way over his head. I mean, this kid's still in diapers and everyone else is like running circles around him. And the only reason he was successful at all in anything was because of Courtney. Now, with that said, if they evolve his character over the next couple of cases here, and he comes back and he becomes a strong prosecutor who seeks after the truth, I am all for that storyline. I am 100% ready to see that man or that boy become a man. I think that would be great. I don't know what's coming. I just know that these series seem to have a common thread between them, and the cases seem to be building on each other. So I can only imagine we're gonna see the best back, and I really hope we see Shields back because Shields was great. Love Shields, he was amazing. And I want to see more of that guy. I have a bad feeling though. Like I just had this little bit of terror inside me that something bad is gonna happen to Shields. Maybe Sorrento again is gonna go out to Shields, and Shields is either gonna become incredibly injured or die. Sort of like, you know how in 3-5, Edgeworth investigated for Phoenix because Phoenix was in the hospital. I have a feeling like something like that is going to happen where Shields is going to get horribly wounded or even killed. And then Edgeworth is basically going to have to step in for him and investigate a case and find out what happened. And that scares me because I really like Ray Shields. I don't want to see it happen. I just had this very bad gnawing and the pit of my stomach that something bad is going to happen to Shields. All right, my friends. Well, I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. You guys are amazing. The #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube, and I can't thank you enough for everything. This is a blind Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Miles Edgeworth, The Prosecutor's Path. My name is FlightlessBird, and this is your story-based gaming channel, and I love you all, and I hope that you have a wonderful, amazing, fantastic day. And until the next past calls, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.